Hey everybody, today I'd like to talk about the benefits of positional practice. Um, and to do that, I'm going to be taking a descending 2-5 sequence. So the sequence is just D minor 7, G7, C minor 7, F7, B flat minor 7, E flat minor 7, and so on until we get through half of the keys actually before you end up back where you started. To get the rest, you have to start from a minor third up. So, or a half step up, of course, because we're descending in tones. So, I'm going to demonstrate just a couple, I guess, cycles of that in a second. But first, I'd like to talk about positional comping and how we can use different chord voicings to add a little bit of colour to what is ultimately relatively simple comping patterns or ideas. So if we take this D minor 7, an example of something you could play starting on the D minor 11, something like that there, a few different voicings. I'll go through what they are. So like I said, starting on the D minor 11, that's a movement John Stowell uses quite a lot. Phenomenal guitarist, by the way, John Stowell. Check him out if you haven't already. But what's happening there is there's a couple ways you can think of it. You can either think of it as a D minor going to the tritone of D, which is a G flat, sorry, an A flat. And this up right here is the upper structure of a A flat 13. And then the next chord we played was the same thing, but a G, which means the other way you can think of it is just as a chromatically descending sort of line. And then all we're doing there is making that 9 a flat 9 to add a bit of colour to the voicing, which voice leads quite nicely into this C minor 11 with the 5 on top there. And I think we played this chord right here, which is just an inversion of F7. Some people call it drop 2, as in normally of course you'd have root, major third, dominant 7, and then root again, or fifth dominant 7, and then the root. The drop 2 would be dropping the second chord tone to the root of the chord. I don't think of it like that. It doesn't really help me. Some people like doing it, there's no problem with that. But for me, I just think of them as inversions. Yeah, back to that first one again. You've just got your sort of root position thing here. They're all just inversions of the same thing, the same 4 notes, just in different orders. So that's a couple ideas for comping. As you go through the sequence then, if we're here, there's another nice voicing for the next chord, which is B flat minor, which is, you just got your 9 in the base of the chord there. And then just the upper part of a normal B flat minor voicing. Do that on the E flat 7, again just another inversion like we were playing before. Root position A flat minor, again same voicing but on the D flat 7 works there. There's another just inverted voicing of the F sharp minor too. So just a few ideas there on how to comp through a pattern like this. Another really interesting way in which you can do it is Lydian voicings on the dominant chords. So let's, for example, take this G7 chord. Now of course the dominant 7 is the F. So you can actually play Lydian voicings from the dominant 7 of any dominant chord, or any natural dominant chord, and you'll get that dominant sound. everything from the F again, so all of those Lydian voicings are going to work really nicely over dominant chords. So you could do something like then we've got F7. So just again, some ideas for voicings. Don't want to bombard with too much information though, so let's just move on to an example of soloing just in 5th position over this sequence. Just a very, very basic example of how you can approach soloing in position by inverting shapes. So for example, on the D minor, we've just got our normal Dorian scale. Remember, all of these minor chords are 2 chords. They're not 6 chords, so they've got their natural 6. You can use the flat 6 as a sort of tension on the chord if you want. Then you can go to just a natural dominant sound or a Mixolydian sound on the 5 chord. Something like that. Or, as I played a bit on the C minor there, to keep it in position, we're in 5th position. So instead of, thinking of the root of that C being here and our arpeggio being this, just sort of, I've always found that to be a bit of a cumbersome sort of pattern, as it were. I much prefer to think of it as E flat Lydian, because again, in the same way that you can think of any dominant chord, so on a G7 you could think F Lydian, so you take the dominant 7 note and it's Lydian from that note. You could do the same on minor chords, take the minor third, if we're in C, count up to that minor third, E flat, play Lydian from that. That's going to give you a Dorian sound, if you will. Again, I don't normally think of it as modally like that, but the important part is the sound. So if you think here, you got your C minor 7. You're getting the same sound from E flat Lydian. Again, arpeggios too. Important for use. I didn't do it in that example solo because it's best not to overcomplicate things too soon. But I'll play an example of that now. Just a very quick example of how using that E flat Lydian arpeggio can get you your C minor sound. After that, of course, you've just got to think about all of your shapes for your minor chords that you know and how you can fit that in position. So let's take this B flat minor. Well, that's an easy one. It's already on the 6th fret from the root, so and then you can find your E flat 7 in there. A flat 7, now you're going to have to change. You can't use the same shape as you've used before because A flat's all the way down here on the 4th fret rather. So what are you going to do? Well, you can find it an octave up here and get a nice A flat minor 9 sound, which uses a nice shape you're probably used to using from your major arpeggios, but you're just dropping down to that A flat instead. And then, of course, going to the D flat 7. Well, again, put it that octave up, you got your root here. And you can sort of go down to the D flat, the octave below. F sharp minor 7. Where are you going to find that? Well, we've got another new shape we can use right here to stay in position. And the B flat 7. It gets the same upper structure as that F sharp minor. But again, we're staying in position. Finally, the E, you've got a little bit of creative license. If you're purely trying to stay in position, you can use this shape. It's going to keep you broadly in position, but not exactly. Probably better off using the same one you used on the F sharp minor. Now, if you take that approach to practicing these 2-5 movements in all your positions, so maybe start open string up to 5, then 5 to sort of 9 like I just did, 9 to 12, 12 to 14 or 15 or something, fret-wise. You're going to find yourself having to invert your shapes, so you're not going to be constantly relying on the same fingerings that you normally use, which is going to force you to come up with new ideas, be inventive, melodic, and creative. And also, working out all those voicings in the same sort of process as I demonstrated is going to open up a lot of possibilities for comping. So I hope everybody enjoyed that, and that it was informative and helped. If there's any other kind of chord progression you would like me to do something like this again for, let me know. If you have any questions about this, I know it can be a lot to take in, so if you have any questions about it, let me know and I'll answer the best I can. But other than that, keep practicing, keep playing music, sharing music, makes the world go around, everybody. And have a lovely day. Much love to everybody out there. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.